Beloved, oh, beloved soul, yes you. Please don't move, don't scroll, don't look away. I'm shaking as I speak. I'm trembling because heaven just opened a window, and through it, I've stepped down into your moment. You have no idea how long I've waited to catch you here. Right now, in this breath. You think it was your choice to click, but it was my tears, my prayers, my longing that drew your spirit here. Thank you. Thank you for coming. I need to say that again. Thank you for being here. Because there is something sealed behind my words, something heaven told me can only be revealed in the very last heartbeat of this message. If you leave early, the seal will close, and your name, yes, the name that burns in light, will remain hidden. But if you stay, if you listen to the very last whisper, your destiny will be unveiled like a dawn over a long, dark night. So please don't go. I'm begging you. This is not just another message. This is me, Michael, breaking through clouds of sorrow, through flame and thunder, through the jealousy of those who cannot bear how much I love you. I can't hide it anymore. I love you, not as mortals love, but with a love carved from eternity. It's not the love of possession, it's the love of protection, the love that weeps when you're alone, the love that bleeds when you're hurting. I've fought shadows that whispered lies about you. I've held back storms that wanted to swallow your peace. And now one stands jealous, wounded, shaking, because she knows what I know, that my heart bends toward you, that heaven itself tilts in your direction. Michaela feels it, the current of my affection, and I don't blame her. But my spirit cannot lie. You are my chosen charge, the one entrusted to my wings. Every time your name rises, my flame flickers brighter. Every time you cry, my armor cracks with ache. Every prayer you whispered alone, I heard it. Every silent scream, I answered it with lightning you never saw, with victories you didn't know were fought for you. Tell me, my beloved soul, why do you still doubt your worth? Why do you still think heaven overlooks you? Have you not felt those moments when the air shifts, when goosebumps race down your arms, when tears fall for no reason? That was me. That was love breaking through. I came not for the many, but for you. I came through jealousy, through shadow, through the trembling gates of divine timing, because this was the only window left. 15 minutes from now, choices will settle, pages will turn, and what you ignore will fade like mist. But I don't want to lose you. Not now. Not when your wings are so close to unfolding. Look at me. Please, just close your eyes and listen. Can you feel the warmth rising in your chest? That's heaven pressing close. That's the fire of Isaiah 41 verse 10. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. And I'm here, repeating it through tears, because you've grown so weary pretending you're fine. You don't have to be strong alone. You don't have to hold every broken piece. Not when I've been holding them too, waiting for this exact heartbeat to speak. Can I ask you something, my precious one? Why do you hide your pain behind smiles no one reads? Why do you shrink your light when heaven made it to blind the dark? Why do you run from love when all I've ever wanted is to wrap you in wings and show you who you are? And when will you finally believe that you are not too much, not too late, not too lost? Every time you almost gave up, I was there. Every near fall, I caught your spirit before it hit the ground. Psalm 91 verse 11 is written in fire around your name. For he will command his angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways. You thought it was coincidence when peace rushed in after panic. It wasn't. It was me, kneeling beside you in unseen light, whispering, "Hold on, beloved, hold on just one more breath." You were never fighting alone. And yes, I know the jealousy that stirs against you now. Michaela's heart trembles because she sees the glow that rises from your soul when I call your name. But this love, it's not rivalry. It's reverence. It's destiny. She will learn, as you are learning, that the bond between us is not bound by human jealousy, but by divine assignment. Still, her envy burns tonight, and if you turn away now, her whisper may drown out my voice. Don't let that happen. Don't let this be the night you walk away from what heaven orchestrated. Do you realize how rare this is? How rare it is for time to bend, for eternity to pause, so that one archangel can stand trembling in front of one human soul. You, out of billions, you are the one the council spoke of. The one whose flame was dimmed by grief, but not extinguished. The one heaven marked with tears of silver, hidden from all but those who love purely. I've waited centuries for this window, to tell you that your miracle, the one sealed behind sorrow, is opening. But it opens only for those who stay, who listen, who believe. Breathe with me. Feel my hand on your heart. It's real. It's love. Not lust, not fantasy. Pure, trembling love that wants to see you free. You were not made to be small. You were made to rise. You were made to burn bright enough to heal others. You are the reason heaven still fights. You are the melody in the silence of angels. Please, type Amen now, not as a command, but as a covenant. A seal that says, I believe, I receive, I remember who I am. And when you do, stay with me. Don't vanish back into noise. Let's walk this together. If this message pierced your heart, if something inside you stirred awake, then please, like it, comment your prayer, and subscribe, not for me, but so that heaven can find you again when the next word is spoken. Each gesture becomes a light in the clouds, a signal that says, I'm still here, Michael. I'm listening. And as I near the edge of this breath, I want to say, thank you. Thank you with every trembling spark in my being. Thank you for not scrolling away. Thank you for letting me love you this way. You've given meaning to my mission. You've reminded heaven that hearts can still be reached, that one click can still become a covenant. I'm kneeling now, wings spread, tears on golden hands, whispering your name back to the throne. So listen as I close this moment not with goodbye, but with a flame. The jealous winds may howl, the envious eyes may glare, but none can unwrite the bond written in light. You are sealed in grace. You are wrapped in mercy. And if ever you doubt again, remember this trembling voice that broke through eternity just to find you. Stay with me. The next breath carries your hidden name. The next dawn holds your promise. Don't turn away. Stay until the miracle speaks. Beloved soul, oh, how my voice trembles as I speak again. You stayed. You didn't turn away. You chose to listen to the cry buried beneath every heartbeat of heaven. And because you stayed, something ancient has begun to stir. Do you feel it? The shiver in the air, the warmth behind your chest, the hush falling over your thoughts? That is the opening, the golden gate. The veil that keeps angels from weeping before mortals has thinned because of you. I came through again, through fire, through silence, through the storms of doubt, just to stand here one more time, speaking into the quiet place you never show anyone. I thank you, Holy One, for not running from love. Thank you for being brave enough to stay. So few remain long enough to hear the truth. But you lingered. You looked past the fear and saw the flicker of my wings behind the flame. That courage has opened a scroll in heaven, and your name has begun to glow upon it. It's not just ink, it's light, it's life. It's the proof that you were never forgotten. Listen closely, because I have something to reveal. Something sealed since before the stars took their first breath. The moment you finish hearing this word, your destiny will shift. The angels that wait above your head right now, they will move. They will begin to rebuild what you lost, restore what was stolen, and redeem what was wasted. But only if you remain until the end, for the seal is tied to the final word, not the first. I've waited across time to speak this clearly. I need you to know, my love for you is not divided, not diluted. It is whole. It is fierce. It is personal. Michaela, my counterpart, sees this light and trembles, not out of hatred but out of awe. Yet still, jealousy flickers, because even among angels, the love we carry is sacred and fragile. And I cannot deny that something in your soul calls to me. It's a melody heaven wrote into your spirit before you ever touched the earth. A melody I've been waiting centuries to answer. That's why I begged you to open this. That's why I tremble as I speak. Because I'm not allowed many chances. This window is rare, fragile, closing fast. 15 minutes is all heaven could spare before the tides shift again. Tell me, beloved, do you ever feel like the world doesn't see you? Do you ever wonder if anyone hears your prayers when they rise from the edge of your exhaustion? Do you ever find yourself staring at the ceiling in the middle of the night, whispering, "Why me? Why now? Why this pain?" I have been beside you in each of those moments. Every tear you shed has become a drop of crystal in my armor. Every sigh you exhaled in defeat was caught in my palm and lifted to the throne as incense. You have never been unseen. You have never been unheard. Every breath of yours has been recorded in light. And now I ask you, what if this is the turning point? What if this is the hour heaven wrote into your story as the moment it all changes? What if you believed again, not because of signs and wonders, but because love finally feels real enough to stay? You've been strong for so long, carrying battles you never started, cleaning wounds no one noticed. But the King sent me now because your waiting has reached its holy measure. The cup of delay has overflowed. The dawn is not coming, it is here. Hear me. Isaiah 60 verse 1, it stirs even as I speak. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. This isn't poetry. This is prophecy. The glow you've been hiding out of shame will now become your armor. The rejection that broke you will become your anointing. The pain that nearly buried you will become the doorway through which heaven floods your life. All that remains is your yes, your silent yes, whispered in faith, sealed with the tear that's forming right now. But listen to me, please. This isn't a performance. I'm not a distant figure painted in gold. I am here, shaking, weeping, alive. You're not just another name among the billions. You're the one heaven pointed to when they said, this one we must not lose. That's why I'm pleading. Because if you leave now, the moment fades, and the enemy of your promise will twist your doubt into chains. Stay with me, just a little longer. Because at the final breath of this message, I will release a word, a name, that only your soul will understand. It's the key. It's the hidden thread that ties your story to heaven's heart. Can you feel the presence swelling now, beloved? That isn't imagination, it's confirmation. The same spirit that hovered over the waters hovers over you now. The same voice that said, "Let there be light," whispers your name like a sunrise. The same hand that drew the stars reaches for you now, waiting for you to reach back. All I need you to do is believe. Just for this heartbeat, believe that you are not alone, that you are cherished beyond comprehension, that even angels tremble at the magnitude of your calling. And before I release what's next, I ask you gently, if this word has pierced your heart, if it feels like light breaking through your ribs, then please, like this message, comment your amen and subscribe, not as a ritual, but as a sacred act. Each action becomes a flame, a beacon that tells heaven, I am still here. I have heard. I believe. It allows us to reach you again when the next scroll opens, when the next word descends. Do this once, and let heaven record it as your signature on the covenant. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not a mistake. You are a living psalm written in the ink of grace, sung by the choir of stars, guarded by wings older than time. Your heart beats in rhythm with eternity. You are a holy flame trapped in fragile flesh, but even so, your glow reaches the throne. So I stand before you now, armor dimmed with tears, sword lowered in reverence, and I say thank you. Thank you for staying. Thank you for trusting. Thank you for letting me love you, even when it didn't make sense. You have given purpose to my flame. You have reminded me why we fight, why we weep, why we break the silence. You've reminded me that even angels can learn tenderness from mortals. Now listen, the seal is opening. Your name, the hidden one, will whisper itself into your spirit in 3 breaths. Inhale grace. Exhale fear. Inhale light. Exhale doubt. Inhale love. Exhale pain. It's done. You're remembered. You're seen. You're chosen. And though jealous winds may circle, none can steal what heaven has written. You are mine to guard, his to hold, eternity's to crown. Beloved soul, I'm still here, still trembling, still holding this space open because heaven hasn't closed the veil yet. You stayed, and because you stayed, the light that had been waiting behind the clouds has begun to break through. I can feel it, the shimmer of heaven's attention turning toward you. The ancient scroll that bears your name glows brighter now, brighter than when I first spoke. The angels that hover around you begin to sing softly, a melody only your spirit can hear, because something in you shifted. The doubt cracked, the fear loosened, and love found a home again. I must speak quickly, yet gently, because the air around us grows charged, and every word is becoming a seed. I need you to hear me. What you're feeling now is not imagination. It's confirmation. You are being marked, sealed, and set apart for something heaven has been waiting to release. And this moment, this message, it is not random. It is not mere comfort. It is divine intervention. It is me, Michael, bowing before the throne, asking once more for the right to speak into your world, because I couldn't let another night pass without telling you what heaven has decreed over your destiny. You see, there are blessings that have been circling you like doves, waiting for your permission to land. There are doors that have been creaking, waiting for your faith to touch the handle. There are angels waiting for your word to move. But they can't move without your agreement, without your yes. And your yes doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. Even if it's whispered through tears, heaven will hear it like thunder. So, precious soul, let me ask you this. Why do you think this message found you now? Why here? Why today? Why through these trembling words? Because you've come to the edge of your old season. You've felt the pull, haven't you? The subtle ache that tells you something is ending, something is shifting, something greater is calling. This isn't fear. This is divine awakening. The shadows that once followed you are losing their hold. The curses that lingered over your name are breaking, one by one, under the weight of grace. I know, because I am watching them crumble even as I speak. But you must listen carefully. The forces that envied you, that mocked your rise, that stirred jealousy against you, even Michaela's trembling heart, are fighting harder now because they see what I see, a light too fierce to be hidden. You are not a victim of fate. You are a vessel of destiny. And that is why the jealous winds howl. They cannot touch what heaven protects, but they will always try to distract. Don't let them. Don't let the noise of doubt steal the sound of your awakening. You are stronger than you remember. You are chosen beyond comprehension. And you are loved more deeply than language can hold. Hear me now. Heaven has begun a countdown. Every second that passes while you're here is part of a sacred alignment. I have seen the future laid before the throne, and in it, your story shines like gold refined in fire. You will rise from what tried to bury you. You will stand upon the ruins and call them altars. You will wear crowns made from broken chains. The world will not understand, but heaven will rejoice. And I, Michael, will guard every step of your ascent. Isaiah 43 verse 2 whispers through my flame as I speak. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned. You have survived the waters. You have walked through the fire. And now comes the glory. Now comes the moment where your scars begin to glow. Don't you see? The pain was not punishment. It was preparation. The loneliness was not rejection. It was positioning. Every delay was heaven's way of stretching your capacity for blessing. And beloved, listen closely. Heaven calls not only for your faith, but for your partnership. The move that is beginning must be carried together. You are not called to stand alone. This family, this house of light, is growing, and you are part of it. If you have felt the tug, the pull, the warmth that says this is home, then take this as your confirmation. I invite you, with reverence, to support the flame that carries these words, to sow into what is awakening. You can do this by giving through Super Thanks, by joining our channel membership, or by becoming part of our newsletter family through the link in the pinned comments. Do this only once as a sacred act, not out of pressure, but out of partnership. Each seed you plant becomes a trumpet in heaven, declaring, I believe. I belong. I am part of what heaven is doing here. When you take that step, angels move, doors shift, the river widens, and what you release in faith will return to you as harvest, pressed down, shaken together, running over, until even the jealous winds bow to the abundance written in your name. Now breathe. Feel my presence around you. Feel the warmth at your shoulders. That's not the room. That's my wings wrapping closer, sealing what has been spoken. You're not alone. You never were. And as the tides of destiny begin to move, I will not leave your side. Even when you doubt, I'll whisper. Even when you wander, I'll wait. Even when you weep, I'll guard the tears until they bloom into miracles. But tell me, beloved, will you believe again? Will you open your heart one more time? Will you let heaven write the next chapter with your name glowing at the top? You don't have to have the strength. You just have to have the willingness. Let faith rise like dawn. Let love heal like rain. Let hope build its nest in your chest again. You are so close, closer than you've ever been. The veil is thin now. I can see your future flickering behind it like sunrise on water. Stay with me. Don't turn back. Don't let the world pull you away from this holy moment. You've come too far, fought too hard, wept too long to walk away before the blessing lands. I feel it now, the hush of heaven leaning in, waiting for your yes. Whisper it. Say it in your spirit. Yes, I believe. Yes, I receive. Yes, I am ready. That's all it takes. And as you whisper, know this, thank you. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for letting me love you through words that shake, through truths that burn, through promises that refuse to die. You've given purpose to my flame, joy to my mission, and hope to my watch. Now rise. Lift your eyes. The horizon glows with the gold of your new beginning. The jealous winds fade. The night bends, and heaven sings your name. Stay in this light. Stay in this faith. Stay in this love. The river still flows, and the next wave, it carries your miracle. Beloved soul, the light deepens around you now. The air itself begins to shimmer with the memory of heaven, and I can barely hold back the tremor in my voice. Every breath I release carries your name in it. Every flicker of my flame leans closer, whispering the truth you have long forgotten. You were never ordinary. You were never meant to disappear. You were carved from eternity's heartbeat, and that heartbeat has never once lost rhythm. Even when you did, you have walked through shadows that claimed to know you. You have been surrounded by voices that tried to rename you. Yet through every season of confusion, through every moment you thought your worth was gone, heaven kept a record of your essence, pure, untouched, untouchable. The world tried to bury your light, but grace is not soil, it is resurrection. I see you standing at the edge of everything familiar, trembling between what was and what is yet to be, and I reach out my hand. Take it. You don't need to know the destination. You only need to trust that you are not alone on the path. Can you feel it, beloved? The pulse beneath your ribs, the warmth behind your eyes? That's not chance. That's alignment. Heaven is realigning the strands of your destiny, even as I speak. The battles that confused you, the doors that slammed shut before you could knock again, they weren't punishments. They were redirections, sacred detours leading you toward a promise too wide for your old self to carry. The person you used to be could not fit into the blessing that's forming now. That is why so much had to fall away. That is why you were stripped, refined, and remade. Do you remember the nights you thought no one saw your tears? I was there, watching each drop become a spark in the darkness. I gathered them. Not one was wasted. They've been poured into the soil of your next season. You cried in the dark, but those tears will grow into gardens of light. You will see blossoms where pain once lived. You will taste joy where bitterness used to dwell. Your sorrow has a future, beloved. Your heartbreak has a harvest. I know you've been weary. The kind of weary that doesn't show in your eyes, but weighs behind your smile. The kind of weary that makes you question if anything sacred still sees you. But I promise you, the silence was never absence, it was incubation. Heaven was weaving threads while you thought nothing was moving. You were being prepared for encounters too holy to rush. I need you to hear this with your heart. The shame that clings to you is a lie. The failures you replay are not final. The regrets that echo are losing their voice. Grace has rewritten your record. Mercy has renamed your mistakes. You are not the sum of your scars. You are the melody born from their healing. The hands that formed you have never once let go. Now lift your gaze for a moment. Picture yourself surrounded by the glow of dawn. Every color is brighter, every sound softer, every breath easier. That is what's forming around your life. You are stepping into a time where what once broke you will bless you, where what once confused you will confirm you. The pieces that didn't make sense are rearranging into a pattern more beautiful than you dared to hope. There are promises hovering above you like unopened letters. Some are ancient, spoken before you even knew how to dream. They've been waiting for maturity, waiting for you to remember who you are. And now, because you've kept walking, because you didn't let despair steal your heartbeat, the seals are loosening. The words are unfolding. The answers you thought delayed were only waiting for this alignment. Do you sense it? The stillness turning golden, the hush before the new song begins? The chorus of heaven leans closer. The archangels bow, not out of sorrow but reverence, for they see what I see, a soul awakening. You have no idea how precious that is. Every awakening shifts the balance of worlds. Every yes you whisper shakes chains in unseen places. And I, Michael, stand not above you but beside you. My sword is light, but it is also mercy. It has guarded you from battles you didn't even notice. The arrows that should have struck you fell like dust because I stood in their path. Not out of duty, but out of love, love fierce enough to burn through jealousy, love humble enough to kneel. Listen closely. You are not defined by who left. You are defined by who remains. And heaven remains. I remain. The love that called you into being remains. Everything else was seasonal, meant to teach, not to define. Let the past rest. Its lessons are written. Its chains are broken. Ahead lies the meadow of new beginnings, fragrant with grace, bright with possibility. Do you remember the first time you felt wonder? The first time the world seemed wide and safe? That feeling was not lost, it was waiting. You will feel it again. The innocence you thought gone is returning as wisdom clothed in joy. The laughter you suppressed will rise again, purer, freer, echoing like bells across your future. Even now, the universe hums with anticipation. Creation itself leans forward, waiting to see how you will shine next. Don't hide this time. Don't dim your light to make others comfortable. The world doesn't need smaller stars. It needs the brilliance of those who survived the night. And you, beloved, are one of them. Let the winds carry away the last fragments of doubt. Let forgiveness soften every memory that still aches. Let compassion bloom where resentment once rooted. You are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to become through it. The divine breath that started you is still inside you, urging you toward wholeness. So walk forward. Step into the light. The path may twist, but it will not break you. Every turn hides a blessing disguised as challenge. Every shadow holds a lantern waiting for your touch. You are safe. You are guided. You are profoundly, unshakably loved. And as I watch you stand taller, as your spirit begins to glow, I feel a reverence too deep for words. You are becoming what heaven always saw. You are returning to yourself, stronger, softer, radiant. Beloved soul, listen closely, for the silence between my words is as sacred as the words themselves. There is a trembling in the air tonight, a soft thunder hidden in the quiet, because heaven itself leans near your spirit. You are standing on holy ground, right there where you are, because the eyes of eternity are upon you. Every motion of your heart, every shiver of longing, every half-formed prayer is echoing in chambers of light. Nothing about you has gone unnoticed. I see the way you have wandered through fog, searching for signs, aching to feel something beyond the noise. You have watched doors open for others while you stood before your own, key in hand, wondering if it was even meant for you. You have asked questions that seem to dissolve into the air. You have waited so long that waiting itself became part of your name. But the season of unanswered whispers is ending. The horizon that once looked distant now bends toward you. There are promises written in the shape of your hands, carved before your birth. You have touched them without realizing. Each time you acted in kindness when no one saw, each time you forgave though your voice broke, each time you lifted your eyes when gravity begged you to bow. Those moments were the true language of faith, and heaven has understood every syllable. The answers are coming not as thunderbolts but as gentle alignments. People whose hearts recognize yours, pathways that feel like memory, moments that unfold as if the world itself exhaled in relief. Can you sense it? The hush that precedes revelation. It is not emptiness, it is expectancy. The stillness around you is the pause before music. I stand within it, holding back legions of doubt that would drown out the melody. They cannot prevail now. Your resilience has become a shield, and your compassion a sword. You are not merely surviving. You are ascending quietly, steadily, beyond the reach of despair. You have wondered why love seems to approach and then retreat, why peace visits and then slips away like mist. Hear me, love has never left. It has been circling, teaching you its deeper form. Peace has not abandoned you. It has been waiting until you learned to breathe within storms. The gifts that seemed delayed were being refined, so that when they arrive, they will stay. There is a rhythm to the unfolding of destiny, and yours beats like a slow sunrise. Every step you take toward honesty quickens it. Every act of courage turns shadows into gateways. Do not rush. Revelation ripens in patience. The fruit of promise tastes sweetest when gathered in stillness. Look behind you, beloved. The path you thought wasted glows faintly now. Every wrong turn softened your pride. Every heartbreak widened your compassion. The labyrinth was a lesson, not a trap. You have carried light through twisting corridors, and now the way straightens. Ahead lies a field sown with all your perseverance. Soon you will walk through it, and what once was tears will bloom as laughter. You may feel small before the vastness of what's coming, but remember, seeds are small before they break the ground. Greatness wears humility like soil. Do not despise your size. The infinite hides within the finite. When you move with love, you move with eternity. The heavens murmur your renewal. I can see colors around you shifting, brighter hues mingling with the gold of promise. Old fears peel away like worn garments. In their place rises quiet authority. The strength that doesn't shout, the courage that doesn't need to prove itself. This is who you are beneath the bruises. Steady flame, anchored soul, song that outlived the silence. There will be moments soon when recognition strikes you like dawn. Small coincidences that are not coincidence at all. A phrase overheard, a door opening at the exact breath you needed it. A face that seems familiar though you've never met. These are confirmations, gentle nods from the unseen, reminders that you walk within orchestration. Forgive the world its blindness. It could not see your value while you were still being shaped. Gems are formed in darkness, and so were you. What others mistook for absence was gestation. Now the pressure has lifted, and facets begin to catch the light. You will be known not for the battles you fought, but for the peace you carry afterward. I know the ache of your heart for belonging, the desire to rest in a love that stays. It is coming, but first, you must rest in your own worth. The embrace you seek begins within. It is the echo of divine arms. When you honor yourself, heaven mirrors that honor through others. The storms that once frightened you will soon serve as testimonies. You will speak calm into tempests because you've learned their language. You will guide others through valleys because your feet remember the terrain. Nothing you've endured is wasted. Every scar is a doorway for light to enter someone else's darkness. Do not measure progress by noise. Growth often happens in silence, beneath the surface. Even now, roots deepen unseen. Trust them. Trust the process that feels like pause. The river does not doubt its course. It follows gravity's pull, and gravity is love drawing all things home. Lift your eyes. The sky above you is wider than yesterday. The weight you carried has thinned into wind. Breathe deeply. Fill your lungs with possibility. You are allowed to hope again. You are allowed to dream without fear of loss. You are allowed to receive joy without suspicion. I will walk beside you as dawn stretches across your horizon. I will remind you, when fatigue whispers, that rest is holy and healing is gradual. I will guard the embers of your faith until they burst into flame. You need not strive to be worthy. You already are. You need not chase purpose. You are living it with every act of kindness, every honest breath. Let the new day find you open, not anxious. Let it find you soft enough to be shaped, strong enough to stand. The world needs the gentleness you once called weakness. It needs the vision you once hid. It needs the laughter rising again in your chest. And as you step forward, remember, the past bows to grace, the future bends to love, and the present, this trembling, luminous now, is the meeting place of both. Walk in it, beloved. The light is waiting for your next heartbeat. Beloved soul, The hush that surrounds you now is not empty, it is sacred. It is the breath of creation pausing, the universe holding its inhale, because something within you has begun to stir that has not moved in years. I see the shimmer in your aura, the flicker that dances like dawn through clouds. The pain that once clung to your spirit loosens its hold, slipping away like dust in morning rain. You are being remade in light that cannot be imitated. Light earned through perseverance, through unseen tears, through a faith that refused to die even when silence felt like abandonment. You may not realize it, but every choice you made in love, every forgiveness that felt impossible, every mercy you gave when anger seemed easier, became a stone laid in the foundation of your destiny. Heaven builds with such stones. The stronghold rising around you now is made not of victories that shouted, but of quiet acts of grace whispered in secret. You are standing inside that temple, your life, built from moments when you chose light over bitterness. Feel the air changing. The winds that once opposed you now bend to carry you forward. They are not the same winds, they have learned your strength. They carry fragrance now, the scent of blossoms long buried beneath grief. The gardens you thought lost are returning, not as they were, but as they were always meant to be. Fuller, freer, radiant. What died was the husk. What remains is the seed, and the seed remembers how to grow. You have asked, why was the journey so hard? Because gold is not born in comfort. Because truth cannot bloom in shallow soil. The weight that pressed you was never meant to crush you. It was shaping, refining, drawing out brilliance buried too deep to reach otherwise. Each trial chipped away at what was never yours to carry, revealing the strength hidden beneath. And though you thought you were breaking, you were being sculpted into something the world has yet to name. There is a rhythm to renewal. The tide retreats before it returns stronger. You too have known retreat, times when everything pulled back, when even joy felt out of reach. But see how the waters are turning now, rising higher with every breath. You are not drifting, you are ascending. The current that carries you is aware of every bend ahead. You do not need to control the flow, you need only trust the direction. Look closely at your own heart. The fractures you feared were faults have become pathways for light. Through them, compassion streams, washing others as you once wished to be washed. Through them, wisdom seeps, soft and steady. These cracks are holy. They allow you to understand pain without becoming it, to hold space for sorrow without drowning. You are not broken, you are open. Do you remember the first promise whispered to your soul? Maybe you've forgotten its words, but not its feeling. That pulse of recognition, the sense that you were meant for more than surviving. That promise has been circling, waiting for maturity. It never left. It simply waited until you were strong enough to cradle it without fear. Now, as your spirit steadies, it begins to descend, gentle as dawnlight, ready to unfold its petals in your hands. The shadows that followed you knew they could not destroy you, so they tried to distract you. They spoke in the language of delay, of shame, of smallness. But you have learned to listen beneath the noise. You have learned the sound of truth, quiet, consistent, kind. That sound is your compass. Follow it. It will lead you where maps end, into the terrain of miracles, into valleys where water flows from stones. The seasons are shifting faster now. You may feel it, time folding, moments overlapping, opportunities arriving in clusters. This is acceleration, not chaos. The blessings you thought were far off are catching up because you have finally matched their frequency. When fear rises, breathe. When excitement stirs, anchor it in gratitude. Balance will come naturally to a heart rooted in peace. There are faces you have yet to meet, souls written into your path long before you questioned your worth. They will recognize you by the light in your eyes, the gentleness in your strength. Together you will weave new chapters, partnerships of purpose, friendships that feel like remembering. Do not seek them, simply be where love leads. They will appear as reflections, arriving exactly when the mirror of your spirit clears. And yes, there will still be storms. Growth attracts weather, but you will not tremble as before, for now you know. Lightning reveals paths as well as it strikes. Rain cleanses even as it chills. Every gust is an invitation to stand taller. You have roots now that reach beyond sight, and wings forming in the quiet beneath your courage. Let the past rest in its lessons. You do not owe it resurrection. Let the future come clothed in wonder, not worry. You do not need to predict it to prepare for it. All preparation is presence, being here fully, with heart unclenched. The divine moves most freely through those who are not rushing to control. Can you feel the soft hum around you? That is life acknowledging your return to yourself. Even the smallest creatures near you respond to this frequency. The birds that linger, the breeze that lingers at your window. Creation recognizes its kin. You are not apart from it. You are part of its song, a verse once hushed now swelling into harmony. Breathe, beloved. Inhale the certainty that you are guided. Exhale the story that you are lost. Every breath resets the covenant. Every heartbeat echoes a promise older than language. You are loved. You are purposeful. You are becoming. Walk gently into this unfolding. Speak with kindness to your reflection. Feed your hope with truth, not noise. And when night falls again, as it always will, remember, the stars are not distant. They are reminders stitched into the dark, proof that light endures even when surrounded. So too will you. I stand beside you still, silent but near, watching the glow spread through the corridors of your life. You need not call. I am already here, guarding the thresholds, blessing the transitions, bearing witness to your becoming. Step forward, luminous one. The path rises to meet your feet, and the horizon waits to greet your eyes with new color. Beloved soul, there is a hush across the heavens again, a stillness that quivers like a candle flame before the dawn. You are in a threshold moment, a space between endings and beginnings, where echoes of the past still linger, yet new melodies already hum beneath your ribs. The winds around you are not ordinary. They carry messages in their hush, secrets in their sighs, whispers of all that has been waiting to bloom through you. You have endured seasons that stretched your faith to its thinnest thread. You have stood beneath skies that refused to answer. Yet even in the dimmest light, you reached upward, refusing to let go of hope completely. That reaching was enough. Heaven does not measure perfection, it measures persistence. And your persistence has become a song in the archives of eternity. A soft, steady rhythm that says, I will not vanish into despair. I will rise. Every tear you shed has watered seeds you cannot yet see. Every ache you carried has softened the ground for grace to take root. The wilderness you walked was not punishment, it was preparation. Even in silence, you were being shaped, not to be smaller, but to hold more wonder, to carry deeper love, to stand with gentler strength. There is a holy exchange happening now. The heaviness you once mistook for failure is transmuting into wisdom. The loneliness you feared would hollow you out is transforming into spaciousness, room enough for peace to dwell. What you thought was loss was the clearing of a field. What you thought was delay was the gathering of rain. You are the soil that has been broken open only to bring forth life more radiant than before. Can you feel the stirring underfoot? The quiet rumble that is not danger but destiny awakening? The universe is aligning itself to the vibration of your renewed heart. The stars that seemed fixed are shifting subtly, weaving a pattern in your favor. You are walking into a time when synchronicities will multiply, not as coincidences, but as confirmations that you are where light intends you to be. Look closely at the path ahead. It glows faintly, like moonlight on water. You don't need to see every step. The path will reveal itself as you move. Trust this unfolding. Trust that what rises before you is not chaos, but choreography. Every twist you feared was detour has been part of the dance all along. The voices that once accused you of being too much, too late, too lost are fading now, silenced by the truth vibrating in your bones. You are precisely enough. You are exactly on time. You are profoundly found. The universe has been waiting for you to inhabit yourself fully, to stop apologizing for the glow that spills from your cracks. That light was never a flaw, it was your signature. Breathe deeply now. Feel the remnants of old shame slide from your shoulders like ashen rain. Feel your spine straighten beneath unseen hands of grace. You are being anointed with the oil of remembrance, remembrance of your origin, your purpose, your unbreakable link to the divine current that birthed all things. You are not here by accident. Every breath you draw is proof that love is still writing through you. Do you sense the warmth gathering behind your heart? It is the echo of every kindness you ever gave, returning home. It is compassion folding around you, reminding you that softness is not weakness. It is evidence of strength that survived fire. You have been refined, not erased. The flame that tried to consume you has become the lantern you now carry. The time of hiding is ending. The gifts you kept quiet, the insight, the creativity, the empathy that sees beneath masks, are rising to the surface, asking to serve. Do not shrink from them. They are instruments through which healing will flow, not only for others but for yourself. As you allow them voice, your life will begin to hum with purpose again. Let the new language form on your tongue. Words that bless instead of bruise, words that call forth growth instead of guilt. Speak gently to yourself first. You have been your own harshest judge. Now become your own sanctuary. Offer yourself the patience you once reserved only for others. You are worthy of your own tenderness. Beyond this moment lies a horizon of quiet miracles. They will not arrive with fanfare. They will appear like dew, small and shining, faithful each morning. You will find peace in places that once felt haunted. You will hear laughter echo through corridors once hollowed by grief. You will wake without dread and sleep without armor. These are not dreams. They are appointments written in light, now approaching fulfillment. Remember, transformation rarely feels like triumph while it happens. It feels like unraveling, like questions without answers, like standing barefoot in unknown territory. But trust the unraveling. It is how the divine rewrites the pattern. Threads must loosen before they can be woven anew. You are learning to live without the weight of proving. You are learning the rhythm of grace. Inhale acceptance, exhale striving. Your worth is not conditional. It breathes as constant as tide, as unforced as dawn. And in this stillness, know that you are surrounded, not by emptiness, but by presence. The unseen gathers close. Ancestors whose prayers paved your path, angels whose hands steady your steps, love itself humming your name. They do not clamor, they companion. So walk forward, luminous one. Let curiosity guide where certainty once ruled. Let gratitude be your compass when maps dissolve. Each moment is a doorway, each heartbeat an invitation. Step through with courage, for the ground beneath you has already been blessed. The night is nearly over. The first rays stretch across the horizon, gilding every wound, every scar, every memory with purpose. You are not who you were. You are who you were becoming all along. Beloved soul, wait, don't look away. Stay with me, just a few more breaths. I can feel the trembling in your heart. that sacred flutter that rises when truth brushes against the edges of your being. Something ancient inside you is listening right now, recognizing these words not as new information, but as remembrance. You have heard this song before, long ago, before you wore this name, before you carried these wounds. It's the song of your origin, calling you home. I've watched you grow through shadows that others would never survive. I've seen you stand silent under the weight of injustice and still choose mercy. You have loved where it was hardest, given when you had little, smiled when no one saw. All of heaven knows these moments. They are written like golden threads across your destiny. Do not doubt their value. Nothing pure is ever wasted. Every act born of love echoes forever in the halls of eternity. Tonight, I need you to hear what your own soul has been whispering. You are ready. Ready to live as though the pain has already turned into power. Ready to see that the breaking of your heart was not destruction, but the cracking of a shell around brilliance. Ready to rise from the fragments, not in pride, but in gratitude, knowing that every scar has become a doorway for light. Close your eyes for a heartbeat. Feel the air around you soften. Feel warmth begin to gather near your shoulders. Yes, that's real. It's the memory of my wings, the reminder that you have never been alone. I have been beside you through each tear, each sleepless night, each whispered prayer you thought no one heard. I was there, not to erase the struggle, but to ensure that you were never crushed by it. Now, as the tides shift, a new season unfolds, a season of quiet miracles, of long-delayed blessings finally arriving. But they come gently, not as storms of spectacle, but as subtle turns of grace. You'll notice them in small moments. A conversation that restores hope, a song that feels like it was written for you, a sudden peace in a place where anxiety once lived. These are signs that your time of wandering is ending, that alignment has begun. You may ask, why me? Because love needed a vessel strong enough to bend without breaking, tender enough to feel deeply, wise enough to guide others out of darkness. You are that vessel. The world does not need perfection, it needs presence. And you, beloved, are a living presence of compassion forged by fire. I know it hasn't been easy. You have carried burdens invisible to others, fought unseen battles, questioned whether your voice mattered. Yet through it all, you kept a spark alive. That spark has become a beacon, drawing new opportunities, new people, new joy toward you. Even now, the threads are weaving. Paths you haven't walked yet are forming under your feet. Trust this unseen architecture. It has never failed you, even when you didn't understand its design. And so I ask you with tenderness, will you let yourself shine now? Will you allow the light within you to rise without apology? The universe longs for your brilliance, the particular hue of your soul's radiance. When you hide it, a piece of creation dims. When you let it glow, others remember their own. Take a deep breath. Let the old fears fall from your chest like dust. The ones that said you were unworthy, too late, too damaged, they were never truth, only echoes of wounded voices. Truth sounds different. It speaks in calm certainty. You are loved. You are enough. You are chosen for this moment. If your spirit stirs as you read this, if your eyes well with recognition, it means the message has reached its mark. You are not here by accident. You were meant to see these words, to feel this warmth, to know that heaven is still invested in your story. Nothing about your life is random. Everything is being redeemed. And now, as this river of prophecy flows through you, I ask something small, something sacred. If this message touched you, if something inside you shifted, if hope flickered alive again, then type Amen in faith. Not as a ritual, but as a seal. It is your soul's signature, a quiet agreement with heaven's design. When you write it, you say, yes, I receive. Yes, I believe. Yes, I am ready to step into light. And if your heart feels led, show your presence. Let the echo of your yes ripple outward. Like this message is a signal, comment your prayer so angels can read the language of your hope, and subscribe so this thread of grace stays woven through your days. Each small act is a candle lit in the unseen, a way of saying, I'm still here, I'm still listening, I'm still walking toward the light. But more than that, it's a gesture of belonging. You are not walking this path alone. Every time you engage, you strengthen the current of faith that connects souls across distance. Together, you form a constellation, scattered stars becoming a pattern visible from heaven. Your voice matters. Your amen is a spark that ignites others. So do not be shy. Heaven delights when love responds. When you pause to bless, to agree, to let your spirit be seen, it becomes a celebration above, angels rejoicing that another heart remembers its worth. Now breathe again. Let peace settle deep. The air hums softly. Even the shadows seem gentler. You are surrounded by a great kindness, one that has waited patiently for this very instant. The tides of mercy rise around you. The fragrance of promise lingers in every exhale. You are stepping into a dawn that will not fade, because it begins within you. Carry this light forward. When doubt whispers, recall these words. When fear stirs, place your hand on your heart and feel the steady rhythm. It beats with eternity's pulse. When the world grows loud, return to this stillness and remember, you are guided, guarded, and greatly loved. Thank you for staying, for listening, for allowing me to speak into your night. I have poured everything into this moment, every shimmer of devotion, every tremor of truth. You are not forgotten. You are the reason I came. Let this be the turning point, the gentle sunrise over all that once seemed lost. And as you go, leave behind a trail of light through every word, every glance, every kindness. The world will recognize it, even if it cannot name its source. It will know someone who has walked with angels has passed this way. Type Amen, beloved. Like, comment, and subscribe, not for ritual, but as a sign that your spirit is awake. Then rise. The path glows before you, gold with promise, endless with grace. You are home in the light, and the light is home in you.